Okay, folks, listen. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I've been telling you that Elvis and Trump are the devil twins, okay? Because Elvis needed Trump to take over for his dead twin, because Elvis had a twin that died at birth. Anyway, so Trump is going to get his head wound on August 4th in Ohio on Obama's birthday. Trump gets the head wound and he survives the head wound. The other prediction is Elvis somehow manifests his name, his image, or the number of his name manifests in Seattle after a catastrophic event on June 11th, 6/11. So like I said, next year is a big year. So Seattle is in Washington. Elvis was known as the King. Seattle is in King County. Okay, next year is 2022. There's your 222. Washington, his birthday is celebrated on 2/22. And Washington died 222 years ago. Okay? Everything is connected. So Elvis was born on January 8th. And you know 777 is the jackpot number, right? And from Elvis's birthday, if you go forward 777 days, it lands on February 22nd, the day Washington's birthday celebrated, you see? And if you've seen my calendar chart that I created, like I told you, if you started from the first month, which is January, then go to the 12th month, which is December, then if you were to start over again, instead of going back to 1, you go to 13. You know what I mean? And this is what I want you to pay attention to, because June is the month that I'm telling you that Elvis returns, right? And if we switch over to the next one, you'll see that June, the 222nd month, is in June. And I told you Elvis is going to return in 2022. You understand? When I say return, I'm saying his image, his name, his number of his name, okay? Not the actual Elvis. And I told you that the Tom Hanks movie about Elvis's manager is coming out June 24th, next June, you understand? And it's about Elvis and his manager, Tom Parker. And I told you guys that 6/24 on the Julian calendar, because we're on the Gregorian, on the Julian calendar, 6/24 is 6/11. The day I'm telling you that there's going to be a catastrophic event in Seattle. And remember, Tom Hanks was the first person to get the sickness, you see? And what was he doing? He was filming the Elvis movie. Filming was halted because of this. So imagine, he was the first one too. I guess that's just a coincidence, right? Yeah, if you're crazy, you'll believe that. And I know you guys want me to say this. Look at the numbers. June is the 6th month. 2 plus 4 is 6. And then 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. So it's 666 also. The release date. Anyway, like I said, everything's connected to Elvis and Trump, okay? So the Elvis prediction is June 11th in Seattle, okay? Like I said, everything's about Seattle, Washington, right? So George Washington obviously is going to be a part of it. Washington died on December 14th. And Elvis died on August 16th. Okay, so remember, Washington died on 12/14. Elvis died on 8/16. Now look at this. Between December 14th and the day that Elvis died, August 16th, 1977, if you go back 611 days, it lands right at December 14th. Okay? It's not including that day, but up to that day. 611 days. And I told you Elvis comes back in Seattle, Washington on 6/11. What is the chance that death, because Elvis died on August 16th, Washington died on December 14th. So it's death to death connected to the 611, which I told you Elvis returns on 611. And by the way, look, I changed the years, same dates, but I changed the years, and now I included the date, and now it still comes 611 days, because it all depends on what year you put in. It'll be 611 with or without the day. You understand? Okay, so it doesn't matter. All I'm trying to show is that for sure it connects to each other. I have something really important to show again about that Washington Elvis connection, but first let me just show you this. So you know that Trump is born on 6/14. So if you were to go 614 days from Washington's death backwards, because remember I showed you from Washington's death going forward 611 days landed on Elvis's death date. Now, if we went backwards 614 days, which is Trump's birthday, 614, the numbers, it lands on April 10th. And what's important about April 10th? That's Vernon Presley's birthday, Elvis's dad. You see what I'm saying? And look, from Vernon Presley's birthday, 410, if you go backwards 666 days, it lands on June 14th, which is Trump's birthday. You see? And I just chose these years because it made it 666. On certain years, you would have to not include that day to get to 666. But the point I'm trying to make is that April 10th to Washington's death date was 614, and from April 10th to 614 was 666 days. Okay? So the numbers connect. So like I said, before I show you the important information, let me just recap again. So from Washington's death date, going backwards 614 days, it lands on Vernon Presley's birthday, 410. 614 days. Then from Vernon Presley's birthday, Elvis's dad, to Trump's birthday, 614, is 666 days. Okay? So it's 666, 614, and this was Washington's death date. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning again when I showed you from Washington's death date now going forward. So like I said, we're going to go forward now. So Washington died on December 14th, 1799. Again, it doesn't matter the year. I'm just using that because it matches perfect. To August 16th, and August 16th is Elvis's death date. So from Washington's death to Elvis's death, from death to death, is 611 days. And I told you Elvis returns on 6/11, right? So I have one last thing to show you, but let's just recap again. So remember, from Trump's birthday to Vernon Presley's birthday was 666 days. From Vernon Presley's birthday to Washington's death day was 614, which connects to Trump's birthday, 614 days. Then from Washington's death to Elvis's death, from death to death, is 611 days. And I told you 611 is when Elvis returns. Now, let's go from Elvis's death. So now let me explain something to you, okay? So from August 16th, Elvis's death, if you go forward to June 11th, it's 666 days. But only on a leap year does it land on 666. Usually it's 665, okay? So that's why I had to use a leap year. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to happen in a leap year. As long as somewhere down the line it connects to a 666, they will use it. It doesn't have to happen in a leap year for this event to occur. Okay? Just as long as somewhere down the line it had a 666 connected. So from Elvis's death to June 11th, the day I'm telling you he comes back, is 666 days. So now let's recap. So did you see what happened? So it started with the 666 days. The next one was 614, which is Trump's birthday. Then the next one was 611, the day Elvis returns. And then 666 days. Do you get it? Connected to the dates that I'm telling you. And connected to death and death, you know. From Trump to 611. And why is this important? So it started with 666 with Trump's birthday. Ends with 666 with 611. Why is this important? The 614, 611. Okay, there's two reasons. Okay, the first reason is from June 11th to June 14th, only when Trump's birthday lands on a leap year, it equals 370 days. And I told you the number 370 looks like the letters ELO, because EL means God and O is a crown. ELO means God with a crown. Okay, because EL means God in Hebrew. So from June 11th to June 14th, Trump's birthday, only on leap years does it equal 370. Because usually, if it's not on leap year, it's 369 days. And now here's another reason. This is probably the more important reason, because from Trump's birthday, 6/14, if you go forward 6 months, 11 days, you add it up, it lands on Christmas Day. Okay, because 6 and 14 is 6 and 11 equals 1225. You see that? Christmas Day. I told you, they're mocking Jesus. Don't you see this? Do you not understand what I'm trying to explain to you? And that's why the horse, Seattle Slew, won the most coveted race in horse racing when he won the Triple Crown on June 11th, 1977, the same year Elvis died. June 11th, 6/11, Elvis died that same year, August 16th, 1977. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, okay? I've shown all this information many times. And slew means to kill. Seattle Slew, 6/11. He won the Triple Crown. So this last thing that I'm going to show you, okay, again, it's going to be mockery toward God. Watch carefully. So from Elvis's birthday, January 8th, 1935, the year he was born, to June 11th, 20 years later, it's 7460. Okay, now wait. I'm going to change the years. That way it lands on leap years. And it's going to change the number by 1 day. Watch. So you see what I did? I changed the year from 1935 to 1936 and moved this from 55 to 56. So from Elvis's birthday to June 11th, the day I'm telling you he manifests after a catastrophic event in Seattle, it's 7,461. It's 7461. And why is this number so important? And remember, it lands on June 11th, 7461. You see this number right here, 7461? This is the forward, this is the backward. That's what Jesus equals. You see? 7461. Just ask yourself, what is the chance that Elvis's birthday lands on June 11th with the 7461 on leap years? Now with this last part, it's just a little bit complicated, but listen carefully and you'll completely understand. You remember Jesus equaled 7461. Okay, I'm going to connect 7461 to December 25th, which is the day we celebrate Jesus' birthday. But of course, it's been hijacked by Santa Satan. But anyway, so December 25th, this is what it equals. Now pay attention carefully, okay? December 25th equals this amount. And by the way, 2/11 was Washington's original birthday. They changed it to 2/22. But anyway, December 25th, this is what it equals. Now, what I'm about to show you next, the only number's different. Let me show you what's going to happen. Every number is going to be the same, except this one and this one. in the next one I'm going to show you. Instead of 211, it's going to be 212. And this one is going to be 301 instead of 302. So every number is going to be the same. And you know, on my calculator, it gives you a second and a third count. Every number is going to be the same in the second count. Every number is going to be the same in the third count. Okay, on what I'm about to show you. Okay, so the only numbers that are going to be different is this is going to be 212 and there's going to be 301 for the next thing I'm going to show you for December 25th, remember. You see, now I put 7461, which was the number of Jesus. See, it's the same numbers but backwards. It was 211 over here and it was 302 over here, but every other number's the same. All you have to do is go back and look. And of course, it's going to be the same in the second count. Look, same exact numbers. And notice it's got a 777 right there. And a 888 right there. And then the last count, it's another 777 right there. And it ends with one. Well, you know, the number is 10053. Okay. Which was the exact same. Every number you saw, all these numbers were the same. All these numbers were the same. Only these top two were different. It was 302, 211. It was just switch one number for December 25th. So for December 25th, like I said, the only numbers difference was this. The other one was 212, 301. Every other number is going to be the same. See, 777, 888, and the 153, the 777 again. So December 25th basically is the same as 7461, you see? It's everything's the same except for those two numbers that I showed you. And I'm going to show you one last thing about how incredible December 25th is. And remember, I created this calculator that you're seeing, the way this gematria that I did this. So look at what I did was I took every single date starting from January 1st all the way to December 31st. I wrote it into the calculator. And the highest number in the third count was this right there. 10,053. You know, the 10053. This was the highest date out of all the numbers in the end. There was no higher number than this. Okay? So that's why December 25th, because I told you, they picked this date because it's the top date, and that's why they gave Jesus this date. Whether it's his birthday, I don't know, but they gave it to it because Jesus is God, all right? So he's going to get the highest number, and that's why this was the highest number out of all the dates. And also, that's probably why Washington, he was born on 2/11, and that's why they're saying, you know, they're making such a big deal out of Washington, you know what I mean? Pretending like he's God. Anyway, folks. But anyway, let's not forget why I made this video in the first place was because of this information. It was all because of this. So if you didn't understand this, then go back and watch it again. Oh, and one last thing. Remember, everything ends with the 611 right here. You know what I mean? For ELVIS. And let me just show you one last thing. So remember the month chart that I created? So if you keep going, oh, I told you, besides June being the 222nd month, also it's the 162nd month, 162nd day of the year is June 11th. So it's got that, it's got the 222 in June, and it's also got the 666. So June is the 666th day, and I told you Elvis returns 666 days after August 16th when he died. You see what I'm saying? You think these are coincidences? No way. Anyway, folks, I could keep going all day with the information, but I got to end it. Anyway, so remember, these are my two predictions, okay? Just read it and understand it. Anyway, folks, end of video.